On today's episode, we will be starting a new series called Not All Men, My Ass.
So I was just scrolling the TikToks as I do and came across this lovely young lady. So decided to watch her video and take a look at her channel. Now there's a couple of things I'd like to address. One is that you state that you're feminism, but what I would argue is that you're a counterproductive feminist in that you are categorizing all men as toxic and terrible and disgusting. You've actually named that series on your channel as Not All Men My Ass, meaning that all men are crap. So I just want to address a couple of things with that. The first is that it's actually men that aren't approaching women anymore because they fear accusations. If you look into statistics, majority of men aren't approaching women anymore because they fear accusations against them for pretty much anything these days. I mean, one thing that I'd like to reference you to is the old Humongous video. I don't know if you remember that. It went viral, of the guy that was being interviewed outside of Comic-Con or something like that. A woman didn't like it, went over, got up all up in his face and asked him for his name. He, as a joke, said humongous. And then immediately she started screaming sexual assault and demanded that he be arrested. This happens all too often. It's the reason that men aren't approaching women anymore. Second thing I'd like to address, which is in reference to the first. So 80% of men aren't approaching women. So 20% are the ones that you're speaking to. Unless you approach men yourself, you're only speaking with 20% of men, because only 20% of men are approaching women. 80% of men aren't approaching women. So yeah, unless you're approaching men yourself, you're only speaking to 20% of men. So again, if you're not out there actively seeking a man and and saying to him, you know, do you want to get a drink or anything, you're just speaking to 20% of blokes. You're not actually getting a full spectrum of men there. Okay. And the last thing I'd like to say, my third point, is again, because of femininity, because of modern feminism, men are unaliving themselves at an alarming rate. It's incredible. And women making accusations and women going on TikToks and making videos like this, slating them, grouping them all together when you're only dealing with 20% of men. It's causing us depression. So please stop. It's counterproductive. I mean, if you want to share your feelings on that, then go ahead.